Okay. Okay. Well, welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy holidays. And welcome to the Dr. Mac, last Dr. Mac meeting of the year. And it looks like it's our 20th anniversary. Woohoo.
And stop passing it on to me, Andrea.
Yes, I'm sorry. Go
That's
ahead.
okay. That's okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining our December annual meeting and our 20th anniversary celebration of Dr. Mac. It's hard to believe we've reached the end of 2025, but here we are. We have a great meeting planned for today with lots of pictures, memories from the last 20 years. We are proud to have served the community for this long and look forward to many more years to come. And as always, Steph will get us started with some Zoom housekeeping items.
Yeah, thanks, Colleen. So if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and type your name and organization in the chat just so we can keep track of who's here. Like Colleen just mentioned, we'll be sharing some great memories of Dr. Mac over the years, and I know a lot of you here today have been with Dr. Mac for many, many years. So if you have something to share that we don't have in the slides, feel free to put it in the chat, raise your hand, whatever you'd like. We do kindly ask that everyone stays muted unless you are speaking. And with that being covered, we'll go ahead and move on to our usual staff, Dr. Mac staff updates and introductions from the team. So I'll go ahead and get us started with that. And just like every other month, I am going to plug our travel training and technology training programs. We are wrapping up our trainings for the year. It's been a pretty, as well, we have some stats at the end of, towards the end of the meeting, but it was a very successful year for trainings, and we're already scheduling into spring and summer of 2026. So if you or your community would like your first travel training or tech training or another one, please reach out to us and we can get that set up for you. Maria?
Thanks, Steph. I just wanted to remind everyone about our Transit to Table program to share with your community, especially during these holiday seasons, that I know a lot of people can use rideshare opportunities to get where they need to go, food banks, and pick up their holiday grocery. So please share with your community. We are very glad to have be a resource of help for the community. We had an increase on applications over the past week, so we know we're definitely an asset for Coloradans. So yeah, thank you. I will be pasting the link to the applications too on the chat. Arthur?
Hi, everyone. Arthur, I'm the Outreach and Development Coordinator. For me, I'm focusing on 2026 since we're already there, and specifically the upcoming events. So if you have an event that you think would benefit from our resources or for us to table there, absolutely reach out to me. I can put my email in the chat so you can email me for any opportunities you think your community would benefit from, because that's our focus right now. So thank you so much, and I will pass it on to Latoya.
Thank you so much, Arthur. So I know that we had Marissa Fletcher, who's been with us this whole semester. She's already on her break. So I just wanted to give everybody an update. She's been doing fabulous. We love her here. She's a great asset to the team. She will continue with us next semester. So just stay tuned for that. She will start back up with us at the end of January. So we look forward to having her presence back in with her light. I did want to also announce that we have new scheduling for LCCs. I know that in September we had kind of made that announcement, but I just wanted to give a friendly reminder that moving forward, many of the LCCs are every other month. And so just be looking forward to those invitations if you have not got them already. We will be updating them and sending them out. Also, one of the conversations we've had and we've done in the past is have that in-person RCC meeting in January. We are actually going to host that in March for our RCC meeting. So if you are a part of an LCC, please make sure you RSVP and attend that when I do send out those invitations for that. And that's it, Colleen.
Thanks, Latoya, and thanks, team. It's hard to believe that it's already been 20 years of Dr. Mac. We were founded in 2005 with a mission of mobility for all, and that mission has been the center of all the work we've done over the years. Today, we've expanded our mission to overcome mobility barriers through education, collaboration, and advocacy to enhance quality life and help make transportation equitable, accessible, and affordable for all. Steph.
Many of you know Tex, like Colleen mentioned earlier, he joined us at our last in-person LCC meeting, or I don't know if it was the last one or the one before, but either way, great to hear from him and just about the history. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it today, but we just wanted to share some of the words that he shared with us in a video celebrating the 15th anniversary of Dr. Mac. So he had shared that Dr. Mac has lasted, has flourished, and it has in fact changed the nature of the relationship of serving seniors and disabled people. And it's been the organization that has had the opportunity to learn what the local issues are. And we still believe that Tex's words are true, and we can't just wait to see what comes next. So if you want to watch Tex's interview, you can find that video on our YouTube channel. It has a lot of really interesting facts about Dr. Mac that you may not know. So I encourage you to check it out if you haven't seen it before. And then we have some quick history of Dr. Mac. So for those of you who don't know, these facts are actually taken from the video with Tex. But the Getting There Guide was created in 2000. It was actually 5 years before the organization of Dr. Mac was formed. And then Dr. Mac held its first meeting in January of 2005. And shortly after, smaller subcommittees and steering committees started to form. And then by the end of 2006, there was enough accomplished with the help of some funding from the Rose Community Foundation that Dr. Mac was able to publish our first 4-page report, which is very exciting. So things were moving pretty quickly, and I'm sure everyone involved at that time was very excited. So today we are proud to just continue the work of connecting people to transit resources across the metro area and advocate for our community. So next we have some exciting pictures and memories over the years of Dr. Mac. So Latoya is going to lead us in those. Oh, sorry. Not yet. First, we have some screenshots of the Getting There guide, and I just thought this was interesting. These aren't, of course, all of the Getting There guides over the years. Colleen actually has some of the first Getting There guides, which we'll bring to the in-person RCC meeting in March. But just thought it was interesting to kind of see how the design has evolved, and then more importantly, this was really exciting to see. The Getting There guide on the left side, it's the service area that we serve, with all of the transportation providers that were included in the guide at the time. And then our current guide on the right side of the screen, 2025, we have almost 2 full pages of resources in there. So I just thought it was really cool to see how, this is 11 years difference, and it's just grown so much. So yeah, I thought that was really exciting. I wanted to share that. So yeah. And then just some quick headlines and places that Dr. Mac has been in the media. So just mostly wanted to say thank you if you're an organization, a media outlet, a transit provider, whoever. If you have shared our name, our resources, our guide, whatever it may be, thank you so much, because we couldn't genuinely do what we do without the support of our partners. So yeah. And now we have some pictures over the years. So now Latoya is going to lead us in those.
Yeah, thanks so much, Steph. So for those who have kind of been with us pre-pandemic, we used to do our monthly meetings in person, and one of the fun things we like to do is have that Dr. Mac gallery frame. And so if you, in the top left corner, we have Hank with that, and our little mascot guy, our person, kind of floating around with them. We have Andrea coming next after that. And then right in the middle, we had the sweet Carol, Andrea, and then we had an intern at that time, Maria, who was going for her master's and doing a tabling event with Andrea. We also have a couple other photos with me in there. We have Angel Bond with our little sticks in there with Dr. Mac and some fun little things. Kate Williams at an event as well. Jamie Lewis at the bottom left corner. and a couple other groups. And then we did try to make sure that we participated in as much community events as possible. And so one of the things we did is the Bike to Work Day at the bottom right, where Caleb and Maria had attended and participated with that. So overall, just really trying to make sure we're being part of the community from the beginning to the end. And that's kind of where we're at with that. Next slide, please. A little bit more of some tabling events. These are after the pandemic happened. And so you might see a couple of images here with face masks. At the bottom left corner, we have myself as well as Steph. That was her very first event that she tabled in person, which was wonderful. And then the very bottom right event where we have Andrea next to us with Arthur. That was his first event as well that he tabled with us. And that was a veterans support event that we did. And then right in the middle bottom, we have the Transit to Table, which was our first event that we hosted. Huge support from the community that tabled that event. So we really appreciated all of that support. And then a couple other photos here that we did for travel training, including the support that we did get from the RTD Transit Police, and some photos there where we were able to ask them questions and just kind of see how they navigate any kind of support that they give to the community if they need, whether it's a safety issue or just not sure where they're going, which if you don't know, you could always go to one of those officers. They're pretty savvy with knowing what route and where areas you can find things down at Union Station. And the last but not least, there's a photo here with a green table. That was the biggest event that we've attended, and that was for the back to school drive that they had down at Sloan's Lake, and close to 1,000 family members and students that attended that. And we were really pleased to help out those family members there with some resources. So next slide. And then you'll see a lot of lift information in here and travel training. Just really want to, again, really hound out of the support that we get from the community partners that we are out there with. These were some really great events that we were able to attend. We did some travel trainings here, as well as our LCC event here at the bottom right. So really excited to see the support through all the years, and the smiles that brings so much pleasure to the community itself. So thank you all for who has been part of this journey and who's going to continue this journey with us. We couldn't thank you enough. And these, even though they're only a few images, I mean, I think we have tons of them. We just didn't have enough to fit on here. So thank you again for all. And yeah, Colleen.
Thanks, Latoya. Well, next, this is the bittersweet part. We'd like to take a few moments to recognize Lisa Bitzer, who has served on the DRMAC board for years and serves as the Director of Operations at Via Mobility Services. Lisa has been involved in the transportation field for almost 2 decades, serving in a variety of different roles. And as Lisa enters the next exciting chapter of her life, we'd like to honor all of the support she's given DRMAC over the years. With the help of Lisa, we've created a fun little trivia game for everyone to play, and Steph will lead us in that. Thank you, Lisa.
Okay, so we are gonna play a little trivia game. If you can utilize the chat to put your answers in. We just have like I think about 5 questions, just some fun facts about Lisa. So the first question is, what was Lisa's first ever job? Was she working at a grocery store? Did she work at a horse farm? Was she a cashier at a fast food restaurant or a library assistant? Sorry, I didn't read that. A, B, C, or D.
A couple of B's, the race car driver.
That would be a first job. Being a race car driver would be pretty fun, pretty cool. I don't think I would ever stop telling people that.
Of course. I think it might be B, because that's what's coming in. Oh, Bill said there's a none of it, but none of the above sections.
All right. The answer in 3, 2, 1. Horse farm. I love horses. They're so pretty. Okay. And then the next question is, where will Lisa's first post-retirement trip be? A, the beach, B, a national park, C, a cruise, or D, visiting family? You know where I'd go right now with this cold weather.
I'm telling you.
A lazy river. That sounds nice with some palm trees around and just floating down. Okay. Answer in three, two, one. Angel, I love all the via answers.
Let's hope not.
Okay, a beach, which I agree. I think
Me
that's a good
too.
trip. Okay. And the next question is, what's Lisa's go-to phrase at work? Is it A, let's circle back, B, we've got this, C, one more coffee, or D, is it Friday yet? I feel like if you know Lisa, I feel like you'll know which
Yeah, yeah,
which one
it's
it
a no-brainer. Pretty much.
is. Okay. And the answer in three, two, one. We've got this. Always I feel like problem solver, just go getter. So
Mhm.
um
I hope Lisa is getting the answers right.
I hope so.
She already checked out.
All right. And then what hobby is Lisa most excited to enjoy in retirement? Is it A, gardening, B, reading, C, traveling, or D, golfing?
Somebody's favorite
River
option.
option. Okay, answer coming in three, two, one. Traveling.
Yeah, I was
Thank
wondering, Lisa, have you ever golfed?
Never in my life.
You didn't seem like a golfer to me.
No, I am not a golfer.
Well, Lisa, before we move on, I just want to say one more time, thank you. Thank you for your support, for, I don't know, all the encouragement, all of the advice that you've given me in this position. And I know a couple of times Latoya's called and bugged you, and you've made it happen because you're just that kind of person. You figure it out. So from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you.
Thank you.
And this is just the last question. I feel like three of these answers could be the correct one, but what will Lisa miss the most? A, the team, B, the
Nothing.
routine, C, the laughs, or D, nothing.
I didn't know that nothing one was an answer on there.
Okay, yeah, it seems like everyone's getting it so far. Yeah, dogs in the office. Yeah, the team.
Mm.
Yeah, I think Colleen spoke for us all, but yeah, I think we'll all miss you in some capacity and hope to see you around when you're not on the beach.
Did
Um,
you want to say anything, Lisa?
No, I'm good.
Okay. And don't answer, don't give everybody your personal email and phone numbers.
Unfortunately, most people have it and my phone number. So I think I'll hear from people at some point. It's
You
all good.
probably will.
I'll be watching from a distance.
You will
But
just say that you don't have service in the beach and put yourself on do not disturb.
There you go. Good advice.
thank you. Okay.
Okay. All right. So for the next portion of the meeting, we do this every year. So should not be a surprise, but we just do a quick 12 months of Dr. Mac, just to kind of highlight all of the events and things we've accomplished over the year, complete with pictures and everything. So I am going to pass it off to Arthur to get us started with that.
Alrighty, thank you. So, in January, we had our first of in-person luncheon of the year, and we conducted an early year coordination meeting as the regional coordinating council. That leftmost picture includes our wonderful volunteer Amanda, who is awesome and really appreciate all the support they've given tabling and that sort of thing, and with a number of other things as well. So that's January. And then in February, you're going to see some consistent things of me at tables, because I do a lot of
Mhm.
that. But we had I'm looking at January. We delivered the first tech workshops of the year, as well as adding additional as well as adding additional training dates to fill the high demand, and we strengthened partnerships with regional mobility providers. And then Maria is going to take over from March.
Thank you, Arthur. In March, we began coordinating with community partners for our Transit to Table program. And as some of you may know, I oversee the INA, and I'm always happy to talk to everyone that has questions about transportation. But Transit to Table really does, it's like one of my favorite programs from Dr. Mac, just because of the collaboration with food banks, with Uber, and even with the transit to table recipients too. And I feel like that really embodies everything that Dr. Mac is, just collaboration, which we're always happy to be a hub for it. Next, we have April. In April, we conducted multi-agency discussions with human service organizations to streamline mobility referrals, and we secure additional funding commitment to support 2025 training activities. Yay, more money. That's always good. Next, in May, we finally launched our Transit to Table program. We also hired some new contracted trainers to meet rising program demand. So yeah, next we have Steph.
Yeah, so in June, we attended some more events, as you can see, Arthur attending those events. Um, and we really, after we launched our Transit to Table program, we were really able to focus on strengthening those partnerships with the food banks across the metro area. And it just kind of continued throughout the year to add new food bank resources and just grow the relationships of those grow the relationship with partnerships. And then we also participated in the Together Jeffco TMP/CP advisory committee. And then in July, we attended the most events that we attended all year, which is very exciting. And July was the month that we were joined by Marissa, our intern. So excited to have her back in January. We can keep on doing great things together. And then in August, we supported county level planning discussions about accessible mobility improvements. We continued with our grant seeking initiatives and grant writing initiatives to support our 2026 programs. We hosted our first walk audit. Some of you here may have participated in that. I unfortunately was not able to attend them, but I heard that it was a very great event, and just really, we were able to get a lot of feedback from the community about the accessibility in the area and the neighborhoods. And then lastly, we advocated for some older adults who needed transportation to the grocery store with Via Mobility. So Lisa was a great help in that initiative with Latoya. So I appreciate our partnerships as always. And then I am going to pass it back to Maria to wrap us up with the last few months of the year.
Thanks, Steph. Moving along in September, we continue hosting walk audits and completed a detailed finding report to support accessibility improvements and build relationships with elected officials. That was, I will say, a great initiative. We continue to, so much people, organizations came together for this walk audit, especially community members, since it will really make improvements in their community. Strength collaborative efforts with transportation providers for fall and winter service planning, deliver several high attendance technology training sessions. We were busy for September and collected data for targeted community outreach based on transit needs with Dr. Mac's community survey as well, which you still have time to fill in. On October, RTD provided bus wrapping on Dr. Mac on several buses for 6 months. Let us know if you see us on the street and hosted tech trainings with Vita Apartments Littleton. Vita's been a great community partner to provide these trainings, getting their travel trainings, and this year tech trainings as well. On November, wow, that was just a month ago, and since we've done so much over the year, we added new food banks to our transit to table program to address food insecurity, especially during these federal changes and just the holiday season. And we use participants' feedback from tech training to improve classes for 2025. So that's always great to hear from the community for our growth. Next, I will pass it on to Colleen.
Thanks, Maria, and thanks, team. We've accomplished quite a lot in 2025, blah, 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 as you can see, and I know we'll continue it in 2026. This year, our volunteers have contributed 210.5 hours of work. We've trained over 1,130 people in our travel training program and over 100 people in our new tech training program. And if you couldn't tell from the pictures, we've attended a bunch of events and have been lucky to have had 45 throughout the year. The local coordinating councils that Dr. Mack oversees have successfully hosted 46 meetings with 309 participants across all 9 counties. We've added over 50 new transit providers to the Getting There Guide, helped over 1,000 people through our information and assistance line, and issued over $2,800 to our community through our Transit to Table program. That's a lot of stuff, and it amazes me, but doesn't surprise me how much we're able to accomplish as a team. Thank you to all who have been part of Dr. Mack over the years, and it means more to us than you know. Arthur.
All righty. So now we're going to talk about Colorado Gives Day. So if you're unaware, today is Giving Tuesday. So one of the ways you can help support Dr. Mack in continuing all this awesome stuff that you've just heard about into 2026, you can help by donating to Colorado Gives Day. You can scan the QR code, or I can also post the. I'll post the. Excuse me. I'll post the Colorado Gives Day link, so you can help support us that way. Basically, your support helps ensure that we continue having another year to support our community, and we really appreciate any help you can give.
Do we need to clarify that there are 2 giving days? And you can actually go to both of them, but December 2nd and December 9th are both giving days.
Yes, thank you, Andrew. Today is actually Giving Tuesday, or is it? Yeah, Giving, I think it's called Giving Tuesday. And so, yes, thank you for that reminder.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
We'll take it now or later. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll appreciate it either way. And then next, if you're looking for another way to help support, we do have our Dr. Mack membership. So for 2026, we're collecting memberships and to get involved with the work we're doing and unlock a bunch of neat benefits, like our online member community board to share and find resources, our member exclusive resource page. You can donate to us. Excuse me, donate to us to a different link that I will post in the chat. And help us that way and become a Dr. Mac member. We really, really appreciate all those members for 2025, and we hope that you will join us again or join us for the first time in 2026. And if you have any questions, you can also feel free to email me. I can post my email again in the chat for that as well. Oh, and then sorry, Colleen, you were next.
You're muted, Colleen.
Thank you. I was trying to be too creative and find the RTD link, and then I lost my page. So I'll find it after this. So thanks, Arthur. I just wanted to quickly mention that RTD is proposing some service changes for January 2026. The changes are available for review on the RTD website for you to check out. And I was trying to be slick and look for that quickly. I'll post it in the chat after this. And at this point in our meeting, we'd like to open the floor to any updates you may have for the group. Feel free to type them in the chat, raise your hand, or just unmute to share. And I know Jamie also has a fun trivia game that he would like to play with us here. When we get done with the updates. So the floor is yours. I'm just going to be quiet and open it up.
Brent?
Garden talking about RTT changes and all that. I know this is a celebration, but can I ask Jamie to give us a 5 minutes synopsis on a center on demand?
Sure, that's fine with me if it's okay with Jamie. And I did let RTD know that you hadn't been contacted and you were waiting to hear more about it. Brent, I did tell them. So hopefully someone will contact you. But Jamie, do you mind giving him a quick update on the access on demand status?
No problem. I wanted to address the changes for 2026. It's pretty static. You're not going to see a lot of changes because of the economic forecast. So a lot of this is just fine tuning some routes and changing pickup times by 2 or 3 minutes, to make them work better. So I don't think you're going to see a lot of changes in that run board. As far as the access on demand, back in, I think it was October or November, and these changes will start 1st of January. People who use AOD will be charged $4.50 for each ride. This is comparable to the Access-a-Ride users that pay $4.50. They're implementing a multi-ride option, which means if you're doing multiple tasks on a route, let's say for instance you're a parent and you're on your way to work, but you need to drop your child off at school, the clock will not reset. You can still use that same trip to continue to get your child to school and then yourself to work. So that's a nice little option. Because before it was resetting, so you were ending up using 4 trips a day to go to your destination and come back, because obviously you wouldn't want to leave your kid at school, right? So you were wasting 4 trips a day, so now you're only wasting 2 trips a day. The subsidy is $20. So after the 450, RTD pays $20 for the trip. When that $20 expires, then you're responsible for the rest of the trip. There will be no waiting period when you apply for access on demand. Before there was a 3-month waiting period. They're eliminating that. And I think I'm missing something. So if somebody remembers, because I'm trying to think of this stuff off the top of my head. Let's see, we did the fare, we did the multi-stop.
I know that the Live program, people on
Correct.
Access on Demand can't utilize that
They
versus the Accessoride, right?
Oh,
say that again.
So Accessoride users can use the Live program, kind of
Correct.
double dipping, but the Access on Demand, they cannot use that with that, right?
No, they can use the LIV program, so they can pay the
Oh,
they can apply and pay $2.25
got it.
if their economic situation is in that
Mhm.
that arena. Yes, they can use the LIV program, and
Got it.
we're really promoting that for people who felt 450 might be a little too much of a impact all of a sudden. The problem was when they introduced this program 6 years ago, they should have had an upfront cost to begin with, but
yeah.
they kept procrastinating. They kept procrastinating. Then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, we have to charge something. We have to create some revenue to keep these programs going. So, CCDC supported it. National Federation of the Blind supported the 450 because they wanted to go to 650. And we said,
Yeah.
no way, that's totally out of line. So that's kind of like the background, Brent, of that. And that will be starting January 1st.
Jamie, I have a question. Is the 450 out of our card or do we pay cash?
Most of this will be on your RTD account. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know the real intricate uh, details of that, but I can find that out for you, Brent.
What do you mean on the RTD account?
So when you apply for Access on Demand, you have to apply for an RTD account. That's how they keep track of, how many trips you had. Because that's the one I was missing. They went back to 60 trips a month. That was the piece I was missing. So it's 60 trips a month. If you were to go above 60, that's a violation,
Yeah,
and
I
you
know
might get
that.
and you
Yeah.
might get kicked off the system. So in order to keep track of that, they have to do it. I don't know what the word would be through a card. But I can get you those details, and hopefully
So
that.
what I'm saying is the 450 out of my debit card or do I pay cash?
Well, you
Then
can't pay cash because you don't want to give an Uber driver $4.50.
so
It's
it's
not their
out
money.
of
It's not their money.
it's out of our credit or debit card,
Right.
right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
Yeah. And I should know that. I need to dig into a little more of the details on that. Yeah, because that 450 is RTDs. That's not the Uber driver's money. So it has to be, you
Okay,
have to do some way streamline that, and it's probably going to be on a debit card.
okay, I thought so.
Hopefully I explained that the best I could. So. But I think it was a win-win because, originally they wanted to drop it to 30 trips a month. They wanted to take the multi-ride away. They wanted you to wait 3 months. So besides the 450, which is a little bit of a stinger, the rest of the benefits are pretty powerful. And I think once people get over it, the 450, I think they're going to realize that it's pretty streamlined and they're going to enjoy the system.
Well, and like you said too, Jamie, many of our folks that are utilizing these services anyways will qualify for that Live program. So
Correct.
essentially,
Correct.
they're still going to get half off of that anyway. So
And
that's a
hopefully,
win-win.
yeah, and hopefully organizations like Dr. Mac will push that and have it on your website. I know you guys are promoting that. I've seen it on your email, so I personally appreciate that because I said to RTD, you really need to promote it. Just don't say you have a system. You need to promote it. So thank.
Yeah, you need to apply for the LIV program by January 1. Is that correct?
No, you can apply for the LIV program anytime you want.
Okay.
Jamie, do
Okie
you
dokie.
know if these changes are live on the RTD website for Access on Demand?
No, doesn't change that at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jamie. And yes, we will continue to promote that because I think that'll help a lot of folks to know they can use the LIV program. But thank you for giving that explanation.
You're welcome.
Does anyone else have any updates that they would like to share? Melanie?
Hello. I know I often share updates with you guys about events and centennials. So this weekend on Saturday, we're having the Centennial Jingle Jam at our Centennial Center
Ooh.
Park. Saturday, December 6th from 1 to 4 p.m. So there will be a lot of local kids choirs and free cookies and cocoa and stuff like that. So I'll post a
Yeah,
link in the
sounds
chat if
like
anybody's
fun.
interested.
Thank you. Do you want us to share that out, Melanie? Is that
Yeah,
too?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Oh, that sounds like fun.
Free event.
Free and hot cocoa sounds like the best.
Amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyone else?
Just a
Yeah,
little
Let me just.
reminder for everyone to just donate to your local food bank, especially now during school winter break. I know that during this holiday season, some of us probably overshopped some extra items. So if you have extra grocery items, please donate it to your local food bank. I think that will help um, everyone, especially the kids during these times. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. And if you need a list of the ones that we personally work with directly, we could send you that list as well. Thank you for the reminder, Maria. Or just take them to your neighborhood food bank. As long as, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm trying to check the chat, and if there are no more updates, Jamie, you want to lead us in the
sure. Just one more
trivia?
update, just in case, people call you. They moved the tree from Civic Center Park down to the Tivoli. And from what I understand,
No.
that's really working really nice because there's a lot more space down in front of the Tivoli, that big
Mm.
field. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Santa Claus village or whatever, that German village is down there too. The reason
Yeah.
being, this is the good news, is they finally started construction on the Civic Center Park, and that
Mm.
part of that construction is to commemorate the Gang of 19.
How
On
fun.
the section that goes from the library to the back side of the amphitheater, there'll be a special park there commemorating the Gang of 19. So hopefully next year you'll start seeing changes there, and I encourage you to come down and visit that. So.
For those of us who don't know, Jamie, some people on the call may not know who the Gang of 19 are. Can you give us a quick?
So a national impact happened in 1978. If you were old enough to be alive back then, transportation was very wonky. A lot of the buses did not have ramps on them, so people with mobility devices could not get on the buses. And finally, they got fed up, and they went down to the corner of Colfax and Broadway, and they tied themselves to a bus that had just pulled up to pick up people, and they sat there for 24 hours. The impact of that really was the conversation that created the Americans with Disabilities Act. So this was a big deal. So it was led by a pastor named Wade Blank, and you're going to see him in some of these trivia questions. So I wanted to tell you the trivia question. I am preparing this for another Christmas party, so I'm experimenting on you guys. I'm going to leave it up to you guys on the honor system to keep your score. But one of the things nice about trivia, especially when you do it in our community, is you get to learn something. So I'm hoping at
Mm-hmm.
the end, if people can raise their hand and say, I learned something new, that is the key to good trivia. So I know, what time were you trying to end? 2:30?
So we have it's three, right? Or no, we never go until three, but I
Yeah,
think
Okay.
we have plenty of
it's three.
time.
So you're okay.
Okay, so let's
I'm
just have
fine.
some fun, learn, and
Mhm.
I'm going to leave it up to the honor system who gets to win. There's no prizes, but it's you actually get knowledge, which is a lot more valuable if you think about it, okay? You ready? Okay, Wade Blank had a Robin, Batman and Robin. This person went on to create a company called the Personal Attendant Services of Colorado. Who am I? We're going to learn something.
I
I
can
don't
you just
know,
can
but I do know from my tour, I do know
Uh-huh.
that these two actually were taking people out of the nursing homes and taking them out and about, but I don't know his name. It's a gentleman. I know it's a
Well, you
gentleman.
had the first one, Boyd Blank is in the question, but who was the second one?
Yeah.
All right, three, two, one. Barry Rosenberg. Barry's in his late 80s. He's still around, and
Yes.
he was part of the Civic Center redesign and the renaming of Civic Center Station, which that celebration should be coming up around February 5th, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm glad you guys learned something on that one, okay? Okay, in the late 1960s and 70s, what group did the disability community partner with to increase their numbers at rallies and protests in New York City?
Oh, New York City.
These are tough questions, I'm telling you. I'm going to get you.
Was
Okay,
it
so I
Pride?
want you to visualize the late 60s and 70s. The disability community was, even though it was a large community in New York City, they were afraid for their safety to go out and protest because I don't know if you remember in the 60s and 70s, police were not very friendly. So
Nope.
they kind of partnered with this other group that was going through some struggles themselves. And
Black Panthers?
if you go back in the history books, these two partnered with each other and supported each other immensely back in the 60s and 70s.
The LGBTQ,
You got it.
yes.
The gay and lesbian community. If you remember the Stonewall incident where a lot of people were beat up and killed, that really brought out the disability community really empathized with the gay and lesbian community, and they partnered and they would have huge protests and marches going down Wall Street in New York City. So it was interesting to see those two groups combine to strengthen each other.
For those who don't know, Stonewall is considered sort of the foundation of Pride, what is now Pride.
Okay.
Correct. Correct.
I was
Yeah,
gonna,
the
okay,
Stonewall
I was gonna,
riots. So
Yeah. All right.
I'm learning
Are you
so
guys
much.
enjoying
I said Pride first, and I was like, maybe not.
You guys enjoying this?
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
Oh, this is
yeah,
fun.
this
I'm
is awesome.
learning so much.
I know. What country, I taught a class at DU, so that's why I have some of these questions that go way back and are pretty interesting. What country was accredited in advancing technologies and treatment for soldiers who sustained injuries that led to mobility issues? And I'll give you a hint. It was after World War II.
I want to say the U.S., but that can't be the case.
3,
Germany?
2, 1. Okay, Great Britain.
Great Britain.
There you
I
go.
was going to say that.
Yeah, so Great Britain was on the front lines. They were the one that were really getting pounded before the United States got into the war. So a lot of their
Yeah.
soldiers lost legs and limbs. So after World War II, the development of wheelchairs and prosthetics and stuff really they originated from Great Britain. That's where the Paralympic movement started. I can't remember, they have a different name for it over there. But their soldiers have been competing in sports since like 1948. So Great Britain was the impetus for wheelchairs, more sophisticated wheelchairs and prosthetics for people with disabilities. So, all right, number 4. A
Oh.
patient with a disability can have a support person with them at the hospital, but only during posted visiting hours. True or false?
You say false.
False.
Right?
Oh,
Anybody else?
False.
I think you guys got it. I'm proud of you. False. But what is the key to this question? So if I go into a hospital and they tell my attendant to leave, what would be the first thing I would need to do to start the paper trail? This because I want to educate. I want to make sure you guys know the process here. So what happens if I go into a hospital in 2025 and somebody tells me no, they need to leave after visiting hours?
just say no.
You need
You
to start.
probably have to
You
fill
need
out
to
a form.
Need to
need
see
to-
the ADA coordinator.
You need to start the process by asking for a reasonable accommodation. That's the key. You have to start the process with that document because without that document, you really have nothing to stand on. So after you ask for that reasonable accommodation and they deny you, then you start your process with your local group or attorney or court. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that one. All right. New Hampshire can charge people a fee for a disability placard. True or false?
True.
False.
I think maybe true.
3, 2, 1. False. but with a caveat. They had been doing it up to 2018, and the courts found them to be in violation. That
Oh,
you cannot charge for that type of disability placard. Again, it's a reasonable accommodation. Great job. You guys are doing great. I'm teasing. I love I love seeing all the steam coming off your foreheads because you're thinking. Where was the first school for the deaf community? And I'll give you multiple choice. Again, where
oh,
was the first school for deaf people? Beverly, Massachusetts, Albany, New York, Martha's Vineyard, or West Hartford, Connecticut?
oof.
Beverly.
Okay.
I kind of like Albany.
Do, huh?
I'll go with New York too.
I feel like a lot of things start in New York.
3, 2, 1. Connecticut, West
Connecticut.
Ah,
Hartford. Julie Riskin Country. Julie's from Connecticut, by the way, if you guys don't know. Okay. Who was called the mother of the disability rights movement? And this is multiple choice. Alice Wong, Judy Heumann, Helen Keller, or Lois Curtis?
oh gosh.
Can you repeat it again?
Who was called the mother of the disability rights movement? Alice Wong, Judy Heumann, Helen Keller, or Lois Curtis?
I'll say B.
Judy?
I'd
Okay,
say
Judy Heumann.
B.
Okay.
Helen Keller was very active there.
All right. 3, 2, 1. You got it, Bob. Helen Keller. I was
Okay.
surprised at that answer too. It goes way back in the 18th, was it the late 19th century, I would think.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, she started.
I
Okay.
read that book. How did I not know that?
Yeah.
All right.
This cookbook.
This is a personal trivia question, but I'm just curious if you guys know this. Jamie contracted what disease in 1961? Multiple choice: hepatitis, cancer, leukemia, or polio?
I'm with Angel. I'm gonna say
1961.
polio.
Polio, yeah.
Are you a polio survivor?
3. I got to go 3, 2, 1 first.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Yes, I am a polio survivor.
Polio.
Ah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was one of only 10 people in the state of New York to get it that year.
Wow.
It was at the end. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Who co-founded the ACLU? Multiple choice.
Oof.
FDR, Teddy Roosevelt. I can't read my own handwriting right here. Teddy Roosevelt, Dwight D. Eisenhower, or Helen Keller?
Oh dear.
Three, two, one. I love that. Helen Keller.
Helen Keller,
She
yeah.
Oh
was a
dear.
tough lady. Can you imagine? I did not know that until I just found that out recently myself.
That's amazing.
ACLU, isn't that amazing? Yeah.
Yes.
If you ever get to read a biography or a real historical account of Helen Keller, I encourage you to do so. Okay, the ADA has a grandfather clause for older buildings to ignore accessibility. True or false?
True.
Really? Really? That's terrible if that's the case. But yeah, retrofitting is really bad.
Guys ready? 3, 2, 1. False. There is no such thing as grandfathering. People
Oh,
keep
good.
using that term. They have to remove barriers when it's readily achievable. So
Ah,
these are the two key things. If you have a building and you're totally renovating it, under local code, they have to make that building accessible.
That's true.
The other
yes,
thing,
that I do
the
know.
other thing is it has to be financially within reason. So let's say I purchase a building and it has 2 floors, and I decide I want to put a restaurant on the second floor,
Mm.
an elevator is pretty expensive. I might be able to go to a court and have a judge say, that's not reasonable achievement. So I know
Wow.
it's a judgment call, but I just want to let you guys know when somebody uses, "Oh, I'm grandfathered," there is no such
No
thing.
such thing.
And no such thing. Thank you. I always struggled with that one too, Bob. I always heard that expression and thought it was true, but it's not. Yeah. Okay, number 11. What is the first book released simultaneously in Braille and in print? Multiple question. Little Women or Charlotte's Web?
Charlotte's Web.
Oh, it's got to be Charlotte's
Little
Web.
women.
I don't know. I want to say Little Women.
It's hesitated.
3, 2, 1. Charlotte's Web. You got it, Maria. Good job. Good job. Okay, Wade Blank will be honored soon by RTD renaming Civic Center Station to include the name of Wade Blank. What CCDC alumni initiated a request to have this happen? And it's not me, so I'll be clear. It wasn't me. But he's a very good friend of mine, so it gives you a hint. I'll repeat it. Wade Blank will be honored soon by RTD by renaming Civic Center Station to include the name of Wade Blank. What CCDC alumni, that's the key word, initiated a request to have this happen?
Oh, I can't think of his name. I know who you mean.
Oh, okay. He's your age too, Bob.
Yeah, thanks.
That's a compliment. All right, 3, 2. I know this is a tough one. 3, 2,
I know,
1. You got it?
everybody just keeps saying Jamie.
It's not Jamie.
All right, Joe Beaver.
Joe Beaver.
Okay.
Joe Beaver was CCDC
Okay.
account. Joe is 82 now. He was CCDC's accountant. He started this process over 2 years ago and what was relentless. Now, that doesn't mean I wasn't included in the process after he initiated, but the onus and the pride should go to Joe Beaver. So if you bump into Joe Beaver, say thank you. And remember that ceremony should be coming up in February. I haven't
Right,
heard back from
yeah.
CCDC, but that's the month they were shooting for.
Hmm.
I'll let you guys know as soon as I find out. Okay. We've only got like 3 more questions. What year was the Colorado Center of the Blind established? Multiple choice. 1971, 1980, 1988, or 1992?
Oh,
88.
71.
3, 2, 1. You got it, Latoya. 1988.
88.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't here yet.
Oh, that's just gonna say you weren't born, Bob. What?
No. Thanks, Jamie. It's always good to see you.
The Paralympics Hall of Fame is located in what Colorado city?
Oh,
Oh, Paralympic Breckenridge?
I'll read it again. The Paralympic Hall of Fame is located in what Colorado city?
Winter Park.
Denver.
What'd you say, Brent?
Winter Park.
Winter Park. Okay.
Winter Park.
mm.
It's up in the mountains. I know that.
3, 2,
Maybe.
1. Sarah Lee's got it.
Sa-
Colorado Springs.
Oh,
Wow.
It's in the
Okay.
same. It's in the same building as the Olympic
Yeah.
That makes
Hall of
sense.
Fame.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been dying to get down there because I think Mustang stops and it's only like 3 or 4 blocks away. So I got to get down there and get a hotel room. I really want to go down there and check that out. All right, this is a fun question. And I think you're going to figure out who this was. A CCDC member won a 62-mile race. What did they use to accomplish this feat? Multiple choice. Wheelchair, bike, trike, race car, or their own legs?
62 miles, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean, I know some ultra marathon runners, so I know it could be could just be, running it. I hope it's wheelchair. I want to know somebody did that.
I just want to know that that's incredible that a wheelchair, if it is that, can
Yeah.
go that long at, with battery life. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that.
A jet assist wheelchair. There you go.
Just
You ready? 3, 2,
two,
1. Wheelchair,
wheelchair.
manual.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I bet you it was manual.
Jamie Lewis.
Oh my gosh.
I was 23.
Wow.
I was 23 years old.
I'm
Man, you
impressed.
must have had muscles.
Wow.
I was 23 years
Muscles.
old. It was between
Wow.
Kingston, New York, and Port Jervis. There was 12 runners. Only 4 of us lasted, and I was number 1.
Oh.
Wow.
Eight
Amazing.
hours. 8 hours, 32 minutes.
They have to change your
Wow.
tires, Jamie.
No, they had to change me. No, they had to carry me off. Had to carry me off on a stretcher. I don't know.
Do
Yeah.
you wear gloves for that?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
have
It was.
to.
Yeah.
It was. If you ever watch the wheelchair Olympics now, they've got those specialized wheelchairs where the guys are kind of down, and it's actually
Yeah.
a three wheeler. Mine was still 4, but it still had the. This was one of the earlier chairs, and it had those 10-speed wheels, 10-speed bike wheels on it, but with a small push rim. But this particular course, considering it was 62 miles long, was very flat. So there wasn't a lot of
Good
hills.
thing.
So if
Oh,
there was a
wow.
lot of hills, I would have died about 32 miles. But considering it was pretty flat, it was like going around a track.
Yeah.
If you get this out of the way, your pain in the brain, it could happen. And that was one of my fondest accomplishments. So.
Yeah. In my
Yeah.
best
I would
days, I can
too.
even run 10 miles. So, yeah. You
You
see,
must have had a good massage.
you're a really great example. It's not about the years, it's definitely the mileage. So,
Yeah.
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 And I think
She
that applies
is.
for many participants here with all your accomplishments. So,
Well,
yeah,
thank
that's
you. Thank
amazing.
you. Well, I
You
hope
must
you
have
guys.
had a really
Good.
great massage therapist afterwards.
I soaked in a tub for about 8 hours. That's what I
I
did.
know you did.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. All right,
That
guys.
was
Well, I
so much
hope you enjoyed
fun.
that. Hope you enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
that was
Yeah.
fun.
That was
Thank
good,
you,
Jamie.
Jamie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, I had a
You're welcome.
blast.
Yeah, and I learned a lot. Thank
Well,
you.
it just shows you the diversity of the disability movement. That there's
Yeah.
several there's layers and layers and layers, and it kind of opens up your eyes to say it's not just about this particular disability. There's, it just kind of,
Right.
we all
It's
work.
not.
Even though, unfortunately, right now we kind of get in our silos, like the blind community, the deaf community, CCDC,
Hmm.
the adapts, not the adapts, but the arcs, so
Yeah.
and that's okay because they serve a specific population. But when it comes to disability history, I think we're stronger together. So when you put all those experiences and all those things together, the disability movement is pretty impressive.
Hmm.
It really is.
Yeah.
And
It's
I just tapped into a little bit of this. I could go on and on and on with
I
these
bet.
trivia questions,
The
but
strength in numbers, like
exactly in the
that
in
dumbfounds me.
in the rich
It must.
history. It's a rich
Hmm.
history. It
Yeah,
really is. I mean,
yeah.
Helen Keller. My
I
God,
know.
what a beautiful woman she was.
Yeah.
Yes, she
Yes.
To
was.
to
Seriously.
accomplish all those things with those limitations just blows me away. Just blows me away.
Yeah, this is a great trivia just because looking a little bit into the past, it kind of sparks the conversation or what else do we need to accomplish for the years coming for the future. So
Yeah.
good job, Jamie.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, well,
Thank you.
another bit of it's not trivia, but would
You have an
inspire
update, Bob?
it inspired the ADA, the creation of the ADA. Um, that was started with President Reagan, and eventually, and then signed and put into law by President Bush. I was involved with the writing of the ADA, and my job was special assistant to the Secretary of Labor to implement ADA and to find qualified disability candidates for government jobs nationwide. So there's a lot of history there. And also the creation of the President's Committee on Employment of the Handicapped. That was the title at the time. And I wrote those job descriptions and actually sat on the board. So you can add that to your trivia there, Jamie.
I didn't even know that. I've learned more about you today too, Bob.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Jamie brought
Yeah.
back a lot of memories there. But during that period, I was in Washington from 64 to 94.
It looks like Brick had his hand raised. We'll go
Yeah,
to him
if
before.
you want a tour of history of the disability movement in Denver or nationwide, you should go to Atlantis. They have a great
Mm,
wall of history.
Right.
I, I think who put that in the chat? Someone put that in the
I
chat, I
did.
think. Okay, yeah. I agree. Brick, take a trip if you haven't already to check that out.
Oh, and Ross Peterson has an update.
Oh,
The
Yeah.
floor
sorry,
is
Russ, I
yours,
didn't
Ross.
see you.
He
No
just put it
problem.
in the chat.
Is it
Oh,
too
okay.
late? Is it too late, Colleen, for a community update? I think I
No, no,
missed it.
no,
No, go
no.
ahead,
It's not
Louis.
too late until we say bye. See you guys next month. You're fine. Just
Next year, you mean?
yeah.
Well, congrats to everybody on the 20-year anniversary. This is such a special organization, and it's cool to see it still thriving. Um, so Ross Peterson with Ride 2, I've met many of you. Our community update is we just completed our 650th ride last week.
Wow.
So we're really starting to get some traction.
Good.
Uh, we also last week got a permit to operate at Denver International Airport, and all of our accessible vehicles are now permitted to do rides to and from the airport. Um, when I was picking up the permit, I drove through the commercial holding lot, and I did not see a single wheelchair accessible vehicle in the entire lot.
Wow.
That
Um,
figures.
so it's disappointing, but also I'm encouraged. We should be very busy out there. So look for us at the airport. We're doing a lot of rides this week for the TASH conference that's in town.
Okay.
TASH 2025 is in Denver this week. We're transporting their keynote speaker to the conference and back, as well as a few participants. So that's our update. Just want to let you know that we're out there at the airport now, and if you know anybody that needs a wheelchair accessible ride to and from the airport, we're here for them.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Ross.
Russ. I think
Excellent.
when you get a sec, if you could double check what we have in the guide for you and make sure that we have all your updated services. Thank you.
Will
You've
do.
grown so fast since you've opened. It's incredible.
Wow, without free for service of doing, do people need to pay a fee?
Yeah, Brent. We charge a fare.
Okay,
It's all on our website. It's $49 for the pickup, and $3.95 a mile. And
okay.
so it's definitely not cheap. But we don't have any subsidies. We definitely will be, applying for different programs. We're responding to RTD's request for information this week, and looking forward to potentially being part of their program. But right now, it's private pay. Uh,
Okay.
we also accept Medicare Advantage through a broker called SafeRide. So people that have Humana, United, or Kaiser Permanente Medicare Advantage plans can access us through their medical insurance benefit.
Ross, I just wanted to give you a little feedback from what I've heard from many people getting a ride to the airport. Maybe consider having some wheelchairs on site as part of your service because you cannot get a wheelchair in the airport until you are at the specific airline. So I think since so many riders don't want to travel with their own wheelchair for fear of I don't
Okay.
know, getting them ruined or
Yeah.
lost. I think that will be an incredible enhancement for your service.
That's a cool idea. Every vehicle has a spare wheelchair on board, um, and that's available for our passengers to use.
Great to know. Thank you.
Good.
Jamie, do you have a comment,
Yeah,
question?
Ross, first of all, thank you. We need more of companies like yours to step up, and I really appreciate it. One of my concerns is that, the 49 plus the mileage might be a little expensive for somebody, especially at your end of town, Centennial.
Yeah.
Have you thought about doing a separate fare just to get them to Union Station so they can jump on the train?
Yeah.
Like maybe a 25 instead of the 49 or something like that?
The fare is just barely break even.
Yeah.
We're making we're not even profitable at these fares. Um, but we expect that we will become profitable as we do more rides. And if I can do it cheaper, I will reduce my fares. We're a purpose-driven company, and we'll have a fixed profit margin that we won't go above. So if we can do it for less, we will do it for
Well,
less.
the reason why I say that would reduce your deadhead time of having to come all the way back to Centennial from DIA,
Yep,
and plus it's half the distance. So if I'm taking somebody from Centennial to Union, and because 9 times out of 10 that person's going to have an RTD pass, and they can get on the
totally.
train for free. So you would have more volume at a lesser price. So I'm just a suggestion because I know
I
if I
like
was
it.
living in that part of the town, I would say, well, God, if I can only get to Union and then the rest of the trip is free for me. So
Yeah,
just something to think about.
it's a good idea. Yeah. You and I need to catch up. It's been too long. I I think we were trying to the other day, and I missed you,
Well,
which was my
I was
fault.
hoping you'd mention that because I think there might be some people on this panel that might be interested. Ross and I are trying to recreate a group that was available, I don't know, about 8 years ago that dealt with NEMT, and because that's a statewide program and there's really
Right.
nobody kind of overseeing that. So Ross has kind of stepped up and says, let's start that group again. So I know it's he and I so far. I don't know if we have somebody else, but if there's anybody else on this group that's interested, reach out to Ross or myself.
And I think Anne from Casta is starting to do, I believe, is starting to do some work around that too. So
Yep.
that'd probably be someone to
Yeah, I
include as
spoke with
well.
Ann about it. I
Mhm.
met with my representative this morning. I think there will be a bill that we're putting together. Yeah, lots of updates on that one.
Yeah, Ross, if you can send me a draft of that bill when you get it, so I can present it to a few representatives and try to get you some more legislative comments on that before the session starts. That would be great.
Yeah. I mean, just to let folks know, that the idea is to create more accountability around the NEMT program by requiring regular reporting on key metrics out of the program and to establish a legislatively appointed oversight committee of stakeholders that has uh, the the I guess both the right and the responsibility to get updates from HICPUF on timelines around procurement of brokers, timelines around the moratorium that's been in place, and then if those timelines change, an explanation for why they changed and what the new timeline is.
Ross, maybe you can put your contact info in the chat, and then if there's anyone, I see Angel says she's interested. Maybe they can reach out to you if they're, thank you. If they wanna participate.
And
Uh,
if I'm not mistaken, there's a new contractor that was just hired too. Do you remember the name, Ross? I got it in my notes here somewhere.
Yeah, the announcement was for a company called MediDrive.
Right. So we really
Oh
don't know
yeah,
much about
okay.
them because they're from another part of the country. So here's a perfect example why we need an kind of like a citizens oversight group to keep an eye on their work and make sure they're following, fulfilling the needs of our community. So
Right. I agree.
And I think one thing that this group could really help with is to help identify end users, individuals that actually use
Yeah.
the state NEMT program on a regular basis. You know, I know a lot of folks on the provider side. I know a lot of folks on the agency side because we don't currently do these rides. We don't know a lot of the end users. Obviously, I'm interested in lifting that moratorium and getting more accountability into the provider side, and we can provide that. But I don't know a lot of the end users that are using the program.
Angel?
You're muted, Angel. Even though it says you're on, you're not
Double,
like, yeah,
might
I
be
don't know.
double
Oh, I think
muted.
your mic is up.
I can hear
If
you
you're
now,
using that.
Angel.
Thanks.
Yeah.
New headset. Thank you. Just need to get the license to use it. So I thought that Transdev Health Solutions that they had a like stakeholder advisory committee that also had some end users on it. I was a part of it like for 2 years, maybe like 2 years ago, and I think that I might have introduced them to you, Colleen, to like have them invite you. They just weren't very consistent with their meetings. And Kimberly, I forget what her last name is, from Transitive Health Solutions, she was the one who oversaw it. So
Kimberly,
I'm
yeah.
wondering,
Okay.
I don't know. I'm wondering, I
This
think
is
that there's,
slightly different than that, Angel. So
yeah,
instead of having the broker arrange the oversight committee, the legislature would arrange the oversight committee, and it would have oversight over the department, and then downstream from that, the broker.
okay.
This is intended to have significantly more teeth than the broker arranged advisory committee.
Yeah, that would be great. But I do think that they have access to a lot of the end users
Oh, I see
because,
what you're saying. Got
yeah,
it. That
because
makes sense.
I think that over half of the group was end users, if I
Okay.
remember right. And so, yeah.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Mhm.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Good to see you again. It's been a while.
Thank you. I want to wrap us up if there aren't any other updates or questions or comments. Okay. Well, thank you to everyone for attending and celebrating with us today. And that brings us to the end of our meeting, but we look forward to seeing you next year at our January 2026 meeting scheduled for January 13th, 1:30 to 3 p.m. via Zoom. The registration links for all of our 2026 meetings can be found on our website at drmac-co.org. Thanks again. Have a great winter season, and we'll see you all next year. And thanks again, Lisa. Enjoy your retirement. We appreciate you. Have a
Happy
great rest of your
holidays.
week,
Happy
all.
holiday.